transmitter is working as efficiently as it can in terms of its reception, for instance, then you can access frequencies, you can access knowledge and information of great magnitude to give you a much greater fix on the world and yourself and reality than you normally would just with invisible light. So anything that destabilizes that receiver transmitter system supports the control mechanism, because you're not accessing information out there to give you a fix on what's actually happening here. They want to isolate us in the five senses. Because what do we do? When you're in the five senses, what happens? You're looking at five sense reality to get a fix on five sense reality. And how do you get a fix on it? Information. Where does the information come from? Education system, media. Who controls that? The control system. So the idea is to isolate us in the five senses. So we're perceiving everything and experiencing everything only through the five senses. And that's putting us in the vibrational prison. So to stop us getting out there, they throw many things at us. One level of the receiver transmitter, the body computer, is electrochemical, right? It's an electrochemical organism. So look at the stuff they put in food in terms of chemicals. That's destabilizing the receiver transmitter on that level. It's destabilizing the body computer. Then you look at all the electromagnetic microwave pollution that we're living in now. Even some mainstream newspapers have been writing articles about it. I've been reading over the last couple of years. They call it electromagnetic soup that we live in. Now, what's that doing in terms of making it difficult to get out there? And now we come to the key, the microchip. The microchip, microchip is about electronic tagging, yes. But its main reason, I was given chapter and verse about this in 1997 by a CIA scientist who's proved to be very, very accurate with the passage of the years. He was the one that told me that in 1997 they had microchips that were so small they could be injected through a hypodermic needle in vaccination programs, and that was the plan. So that's 1997 he told me that. But he was saying that the microchips are not just about electronic tagging. They're about external manipulation of the body physically, mentally, and emotionally. And he might have added vibrationally. So the idea is to get us microchipped to suppress this awakening and destabilize our ability to tune into these changes and access the awareness, the insight, the inspiration that these energies contain. So that we stay in the box. Because, when people talk about people being in the box, it is a vibrational box, ultimately, that we're in. Because energy is consciousness, and consciousness contains information. Everything is information. All existence is about encoded information and decoded information. And so, the more you expand your consciousness, the greater level of information you access. It's like the library gets bigger and bigger and more sophisticated and knowledgeable. And you then can bring that down into this reality to get a completely different fix on what we're actually experiencing compared with that, the five senses. And at the moment, they are throwing everything at us to suppress this more than ever before, because they know and have been aware of for a long time that this point of vibrational change was coming. So a few centuries ago, they didn't have to go crazy suppressing people's ability, because people were locked in the box anyway, most people. But now, as this awakening is happening, this vibrational change is happening, and people are beginning to open their minds to it, now they have to throw everything at us, because they're trying to keep the lid on something that's very, very blatantly beginning to open. And this is why it's at this time, not 20 years ago, not 50 years ago, not 100 years ago, but now that this whole control system is throwing everything at us, and the microchips are the jewel in their crown. for this suppression of consciousness, this suppression of us going through this immense transformation. And I have no doubt myself that this blatant and actually rather pathetic attempt to vaccinate everyone on the planet with this swine flu vaccine, I have no doubt at all that nanotechnology microchips are part of that. These people are in a blind panic at this time, and it seems, arrogant, strutting along, control system, we're in control, right? They're panicking like crazy because the house of cards is held together by human ignorance. It's going to be brought down by human awareness and awakening to the true magnificence of who we really are. And they are shiting themselves as this becomes more obviously manifesting in the world.
When you visited a channel 20 years ago, you mentioned that there were the keepers of the knowledge from the Atlantean period. You spoke about it when you were on stage. Recently found a book called